Welcome back. Inspired by the hit show Shark Tank, Bronx organization Oyate Group launches an entrepreneurship program. The program aims to alleviate poverty and empower underserved communities all across New York City. The founder of Oyate Group, Tomas Ramos, and president of Hoodspitality Group, Junior Martinez, now join me to discuss what this program means for up and coming businesses. Thank you both so much for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for
Now, can
having
you
us.
first just talk about what inspired the creation of this entrepreneurship?
Uh, the Oyate Group, we are a community-based anti-poverty nonprofit. A lot of our work, we have done internship programming, mentorship programming. We've partnered with Junior Martinez and his hospitality group when the Twin Peaks fire happened,
Mhm.
and we raised $100,000 for those families. And then throughout the years, Junior and our organization has partnered in giving turkeys to the community. And a couple years ago, Junior approached me and saying that he wanted to do something, more impactful, more sustainable than just giving turkeys out one day. So then he mentioned how he wanted to do something around entrepreneurship and have long-term, sustainability and impact for entrepreneurs. And that's how really started. That's what inspired me to do it. And when I reached out to Junior about this, he was on board, and here we are.
Okay. Now, can you talk a little bit more just about, why you really wanted to be a part of this and why you wanted to do it and what gave you the idea to kind of do something a little bit more?
Right. So, throughout the years, doing so much community programs, doing so many community programs out here as book bag giveaways, turkey giveaways, we wanted to do something a little bit more, right? What's a little bit more sustainable, a little bit more long term for people? How do we create more jobs, right? And how do we give an opportunity to those that have an idea but don't have the resources to bring it to life? And that's where we came up with that program of entrepreneurship. Let's see what our people have in mind, and let's bring our resources to help them bring that to life.
Now, I think what's so important is that it is, focused mainly in the Bronx and especially for, entrepreneurs of color. Can you just talk about why that was so important for the both of you?
You know, Historically, let's look at, it's hard for a lot of people of color to get loans from the banks. Uh, Credit score. The financial literacy is not taught in schools, so a lot of our families and a lot of young people that are, going out in the workforce that want to become entrepreneurs is just difficult. They don't have access to capital. They don't have, families that are wealthy. They don't have a pipeline of wealthy donors that that are going to, invest in their ideas. So that's why it's extremely important with this program that we're launching.
And I also want to add that sometimes I will see people online who have amazing ideas and they'll say it and then somebody else will just come by because they have the resources,
Yeah.
and they can bring it to life. And it's just it's such a sad thing that that's a reality for so many people. Now, can you just talk a little bit more about the program in general and, what are the rules and what are the prizes that people can get?
Yeah. So I was the show Shark Tank. A lot of people are familiar with it,
Right.
where entrepreneurs come. Some of them already started, so they have revenue, and then there's some that don't. So we are accepting both. So people that have already started, have some kind of revenue, have some kind of business plan, and we're also accepting applicants for people that just have a good idea. And we're going to judge it Shark Tank style and provide them not only with first prize, which is $50,000, second prize $25,000, and third prize $10,000. Not only we're going to provide them with the financial resources, but our other resources when it comes to our legal team to file the paperwork, our accounting team to making sure the books are in order, to our digital media team to create a website, all the other resources that we as Oyate Group has and Junior and his company has as well. So it's holistic, and we're also going to make sure that once they get up and running, we're going to follow up and follow them through.
Now, Junior, what are some of the, businesses you're looking forward to seeing? I can say as somebody, I always think that I have a great idea for a business. And, some people are like, not so much, So what are you looking forward to seeing? And how do you know if a business has, the it factor to actually succeed?
Right. So for me and bringing my experience, I have opened up 7 locations here in the Bronx and others throughout the city, from restaurants to cigar lounges to real estate companies on that side. So I really get excited when not just we want to see everything. We want to see high tech business. We want to see ideas of businesses that are already running, but are innovating to cater to this new generation, to the new times that we're in. We also want to look for a single mom that wants to open up a nail tech salon, right, or a hair salon, because ultimately what we really believe is that one of the ways that we fight poverty is by creating jobs. And what better way than to empower someone from our community to create jobs to hire within the community, right? And start that cycle. So that's what we're looking for.
Right. And the fact that you said cycle is so important because a lot of the times maybe we'll have people from other communities that come into our communities and make businesses, but that money doesn't stay and circulate within the community. So I think it's so important that you mentioned that, even if it's something like, and I'm glad that you mentioned that, even like a nail salon. I think a lot of people sometimes maybe will say, oh, we don't need another nail salon, or, because you don't think of an idea that has something to do with tech, like it's not good enough. I think it's so great that you mentioned that. Now, can you just talk a little bit about, the fact that in addition to funds, people will also receive other resources and education, which I think is so important. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah. So like I said, the experience of opening up, going through the journey of opening up a small business or a startup company, there's a lot of pieces that have to come together, right? Going from your initial corporation setup, your partnership agreements, the finalizing contracts with vendors, your marketing strategy, social media management. So there are people don't understand sometimes that small business owners aren't really working 7, 8 departments, just one person, right? And that's where the struggle comes in order for you to be able to scale your business. And that's where we want to come in and bring our resources with our legal team, our accountants, to not just give the winning individuals the money, but to also be able to provide them with training when it comes to how to run a business, how to keep your books in order, how to stay in compliance with city ordinance and city laws. And that's what we're looking for.
Now, can you explain, just what are the overall requirements to joining and to making sure that you can kind of stay through the program?
Uh, our application is on our website, oyategroup.org. It's a very simple application. We're just asking for a general idea. We're not asking for a comprehensive business plan, because we know that there's people that don't know how to create a business plan, but we also know there's people that have amazing ideas. So we're not limiting anybody to apply. So we encourage everyone that has a good idea to please go to our website, oyategroup.org. Look at the application. It's pretty straightforward, pretty simple, and put in the application.
Now, I think the amazing thing about this program is that the winners also have an opportunity to give back. Why was that so important for the both of you?
When we look at everything we do is intentional, long-term sustainability. We want to continue running this program every year. And next year, hopefully, we can increase it to $100,000. So it's important that we take equity in the business so we can continue funding this program for years to come. And also for just accountability as well. So we're going to be and to let them know we're going to be with you guys forever. If you're successful, we're successful. So I think taking equity kind of just holds all of us accountable. Like, all right, we're not just going to give you the money and you run off and do your thing. No, we're here to make sure that your business is successful, and we're going to do everything possible to ensure that happens.
And can you explain why that was important for you as well?
Yeah, it's like I mentioned before, it creates a cycle, right? A cycle of giving, a cycle. Let's help you today so that you're able to help those that come after you. And I believe that there are other communities that do it very well. Why can't we? And that's what we want to bring into the Bronx, Uptown, Harlem, and be able to set our people up with that mentality of, hey, you know what? We're stronger together. Let us help you with our resources so that you can help that next person after you.
And then one last thing really quickly, if you had any advice for somebody who's thinking about joining, what would you say?
Go into the website, oyategroup.org, fill out that application. That it's only 5 minutes. Don't be hesitant. It doesn't matter what the idea is. We're not here looking for scientific projects. We're here looking for something that's going to be effective in our neighborhood, something that it's going to create jobs for our community. And that's don't worry about it. Just fill out the application, submit it, and we'll look at it.
All right. Well, I want to thank you both so much for joining us.
Thanks for
Thank you for having us.
Stay tuned. We have more Open View right after this.